guys, look what we're doing today. Our geraniums that we planted January 10th. These are my Maverick apple blossom geraniums. They've all got at least 2 sets of true leaves, except this one little one here, and I'm going to try and pot it up anyway so I can save it. What I'll show you though first is you want to pot them up into 4-inch pots when they're at this stage, taking them out of your seed starting mix, and they've just been under lights, no heat mat. So we're going to take them out of these little pots, 1.5 inch, put them into 4-inch pots with potting soil, not seed starting mix. Your potting soil, whatever one you like. And now the other thing we can start doing with these, where I was fertilizing these once a week with half strength liquid fertilizer, we're going to go to full strength. Come on over here though to the sink and I'll show you the mixture of the soil. I've done this a lot, but I want to show you again that even in the 4-inch pots, you can choose whether you want to just put dry soil into your 4-inch pots or wet soil. But I feel that because the roots of my little geraniums have been kept moist, that I want them put into moist soil too. I think it decreases the shock. This is just my opinion. And their roots, which I hope that they have a nice root system. I'm sure they do. I'm hoping they do. They will adjust better to taking them out of their little cells into the larger pots. Also, I will not fertilize these today unless I find that they're really dry. Then I'll just use the fertilizer today. And today is a Monday. And so once a week, full fertilizer. On these, your new pots too, you'll have a fan on them. I've had a fan on them since they took their moisture domes off of them. And you want a fan going under the lights. You want them kept in an area at least 65 degrees during the night. It heats up more in the basement. So let me show you how I've got the soil wet. I just got it moist enough to where when I do this, it holds its form. It's not wringing wet, but it's damp. And then I did rinse out my 4-inch pots. These 4-inch pots were the ones that I had my geraniums in the last time. And unless you have had plants that were diseased of any kind, sick of any kind, you don't want to use these without washing them. But I rinsed mine out because they were dry with some soil around the edges and a few little cobwebs. So here, that's all we do. We put the soil in there. I like to tap it in there. I like to make a little square area for the new little plants that are going in there to go. That may be a little too much. You can add easier. And again, I take the soil, put it in here, tap it in there. Not really packing it, but tap it down because you don't want any air holes in these 4-inch pots, no different than when you planted them into their little cells when they were seedlings or when you put the seed in there. You don't want air holes. And one last one, and we'll start putting these plants in these 4-inch pots and then get them downstairs. Then the fun begins because it is February 18th, and these will go in the ground, hopefully in there. They'll go in the window boxes by May. Our last frost, they say, is May 15th. We'll see when that gets closer. So you'll harden them off for a week and get them ready to go into the window boxes. And I start them this early so that we have blooms by the time I put them in the window box. So I started the 10th of January. I don't do the math in my head real well. Yeah, you want to get them started so that you can get them in bloom. So what I do with my trays, I go from the bottom and I give it a little push. You can see how that's pushing that up. These are a little moist, but more dry than moist. They come out easier. And then you always pull these out by holding on to the stem. And there we go. Look at the nice root system. It is so amazing and fun to do. Putting these, so I'll stick that right like that. Put it in there. Might get a little more soil on that one. I'm going to bring my bucket over here in case they need more soil. So we can do all that. This is how easy. Thanks, Reg. So it's been 5 weeks since we put these in their little seed pots. There, that feels better to me. Let's keep going. I'm going to be as lucky. Yeah. Be gentle. Oh, that's nice too. This just lets you know all your diligence in looking at these lovely little plants is paying off. Some nice big ones, some little small ones. That, I have to remember that I think I watered these on Saturday, and that makes it easier if they're a little dry to pop out than really moist. They are easier to do. I'm excited about these. Some are bigger, some are smaller. And like this little yellow leaf, you can pull that off. And these were their first leaves right here, the little seed leaves. You can see those tiny little leaves there, and those are all going to come off. But I'm going to continue on here, get these planted, and then I'll take you downstairs and show you where we're going to keep these till they're ready to go out to start being hardened off and planted in my pots. So they're downstairs, and I thought I'd go ahead and start giving them a drink because of the new soil, and they didn't feel that wet. The only one I had a little difficulty getting out was this one here, and it only had one set of true leaves. These are the little seed leaves, but I took it out of there anyway, and we'll see how it does. Sometimes you win some, lose some, but these look fantastic. They'll be under these lights. They're on for 14 hours, and then behind me you can see that I have a fan going, and that will just make them stronger. You want that fan going so that you can see it blowing the stems of the plant, makes them a stronger plant. So a little bit of air, the lights are on, the temperature down here stays really nice. There's a heat vent right there. I'm excited. So now all we have to do is just keep them watered, keep a look on them, and plan for the next plants you're going to be planting, because I have a few more things I'm going to be seeding up. So I'll bring you along for that. I hope you've got a tray full of something going in your house. So thanks for watching today. This is Gardening on the West, gardening indoors and anticipating spring. Thanks for watching. Bye.